My story is called The Whale Sound by Roger Dean Kaiser. Leave him alone, I yelled, as I walked outside and saw several bullies pushing the deaf kid around. I did not know the boy at all, but I knew that we were about the same age because of his size. He lived across the street from the orphanage where I lived, in the old White House. I had seen him several times on his front porch, doing nothing, except sitting there, making funny hand movements. But this was the first time I had ever seen him up close. The bigger of the "You're a stupid idiot," said the bigger of the two bullies. The other bully ran around the boy and kicked him as hard as he could in the back. The deaf boy, his body started shaking. He curled up in a ball, trying to shield and hide his face. He looked like he was trying to cry or something, but couldn't. I ran as fast as I could and uncovered my bow, which I had constructed out of bamboo and string. I grabbed 4 arrows, which were also made of bamboo, and had Coca-Cola tops bent around the end to make real sharp points. I ran back out to the boy, an arrow cocked in the bow, and stood there quiet, breathing hard, just daring either of the bullies to kick or touch the boy again. "If you're so brave, kick him again now," I said. The bigger of the two bullies ran up and kicked the boy as hard as he could in the back, then ran out of arrow range. The deaf boy made a sound that I will never forget for as long as I live. It was like the sound a whale makes when it has been harpooned and knows it is about to die. I fired all 4 of my arrows at the bullies as they ran away, laughing about what they had done. I pulled the boy up off the ground and helped him back to his house, which was across the street from the orphanage. When we got there, his sister told me that her brother was deaf, but that he was not dumb, like the 2 bullies had said. That he was very smart, but could not say or hear anything. All her brother's vocal cords had been removed during an experimental surgery, which had failed. As I was about to leave, her brother made one of those funny hand signs at me. I asked his sister, "If your brother is so smart, then why is he doing that with his hands?" She told me that her brother was saying that he loved me with his hands. I didn't believe her. People can't talk with their hands, and everybody knows that. People can only talk with their mouth. Every Sunday for the next year or 2, I saw the boy sitting on his front porch. He would always make that same funny hand sign at me, and I would just wave back at him, not knowing what else to do. On my very last day at the orphanage, I was being chased by the police. They told me that I was being sent away to a boys' reform school in Florida, so I ran to get away from them. Finally, I made a dash for the chain-link fence. I saw the boy sitting on his front porch, just looking at me, as they pulled me down from the fence and handcuffed me. The deaf boy, got up from his porch, ran across San Diego Road, and placed his fingers through the chain-link fence, and just stared. They dragged me by my legs, screaming and yelling, for more than several hundred yards through the dirt and pine straw. As they shut the door of the police car and drove away, I saw the deaf boy loosen his grip on the fence and fall to the ground, lowering his head into the leaves and pine straw. That is when I realized that he probably really did love me and wanted to save me, because he thought that I too was making the whale sound.